Hello. Welcome to Piece of Pat Paints. I'm Pat. I paint. Goodness. I also cough apparently, and I leave random junk bits of cola on my stuff behind me. I really should clean that up. I've always thought about making it look a little bit better. Now that we're filming in here, before it was just like a studio room. We weren't really thinking about filming. Now it's all kinds of crazy. And at least you can see my kids like all the way back there in the hallway. When they were babies. They're not babies anymore. All my kids are getting old. One of them's about to graduate high school next year. I can't believe it. It's pretty wild. If I don't say so myself. So, anyway, this is a piece of Pat Paints. I am going to paint something here in just a second. I'm getting my stuff. It's kind of out of whack. I'm going to have to readjust it once we open up the camera anyway. The cats definitely were in here. Cats. You can't really... They're going to go wherever they want. You can't really keep them from doing what they want to do. That's just how cats be. That's how they be. Anyway. Yeah. That's about all I got for right now. We're moving right along. I had some technical difficulties yesterday. Long story short, I had lost the SIM chip to my phone. And then somehow Google got weird about my password. And so I had to reset my password. But I needed my phone to reset my password because my phone is where it needed to send the... Because like my computer was locked out, but my phone wasn't. But we got to fix it. It's handled now. And that's what matters. So we're there. We're done. Yeah. Other than that, we're doing good. Cruise along, trying to get ready for... I have a show. Have a real life... Not this show. This show's real life, isn't it? I mean, it's real enough. Those cats are really slowly drifting around in the background. They kind of bob back and forth back there. So I mean, it's real enough. Anywho, I have a thing where I'm going to go and sell stuff. Maybe. If somebody wants to buy it. We'll see. Maybe people will, maybe people won't. You never know. It'll be fun. It'll be fun to do it anyway, whether people buy it or not, I guess. Be fun. Anyway, yeah. So I got that going on for me. I started working on some Dragonborns yesterday. We painted something with Awen worked on her. My daughter worked on her lamp, which is fun too. So, that's catching me up. Hope everybody had a great weekend. I don't know how many people watch this avidly. I know there's a few of you, so cheers. Appreciate you. My mug's repaired. I fixed my mug. This my oldest son gave me this mug. So I was pretty happy to have it back. Great. We are painting this here Corsair guy. Still haven't figured out what the hell he's doing. I might have to look it up. But I'm getting closer and closer all the time. Oh, my arm is sore. We did a whole lot of gardening this weekend. I put together some trellises, which was great. They look fantastic. They've now gone through a storm, so we know they're good and set in, and all is well, which is, that's what we want. It's good stuff. So we're gonna, keep gardening. Gardening is awesome. I don't know if you are a gardener or not, but it's definitely worth your time if you have the space. Or even if you're just, growing some herbs in a pot. That's good. There's nothing wrong with that at all. When I had apartments, I used to grow herbs and stuff like that. I now have a basil plant that I have kept alive. It's over a year old now. That's wild for a basil plant. So we're gonna see how long we can keep this basil plant rolling. Kind of a fun game at this point. My phone be buzzing. here, we're kind of, and I guess you could do this. I say this all the time. But you could probably do this with a dry brush, but I don't want to get in on all that. I don't want to obscure it. So it's a little off, but not bad. There we go. I try to keep it right there so we can. My next big purchase for the channel is going to be a better camera. Once we have a better camera, we're going to be able to do a lot more stuff. But you know, I have so many expenses in my life. Upgrading this poor channel is like on the bottom. So, you know, it's a slow process. Little bit by little bit, you know. Oh my gosh, I think that dog is scratching at the door. Of course she is. It finally probably stopped raining. Okay, I'm going to do this red, and then we're going to go jump and let her out. Just trying to get the edges. Not really worried about getting too deep down in there. Trying to let that Alzerian be our shadow. Paint's so interesting. I'm a very good painter. And actually my best medium is oil pastel, which is kind of like crayons. Really expensive, very nice, fancy ones, but it's kind of like that. Crayons are kind of like a wax pastel, but very good with them. They work very differently from paints, but also similar to paints. It's an oil pastels are interesting. I'm also good with soft pastel, which is chalk. Very good with chalk. You might even need a little touch of vermilion into all of this. We're gonna see if that's what happens. Really need to work on a better version of that logo and put together some sort of a sign and cards and stuff. That. Yeah. There's the red. Yeah. Not cold. No, almost like Santa Claus. Not quite. I'll be right back. I will see how long that lasts. Probably not very long at all. Okay. lumber. If you've been around here for a while, you know there's a reason we need a tube this big. It's like a giant ship when it comes in on this camera. Big ass long tube of paint. I love that thing. I don't know why that makes me so happy to own giant tubes of paint, but it does. It's really kind of stupid. I don't know. I'm too old to care if people think the stuff I do is stupid. It's kind of fun. I used to care an awful lot. I'm trying to get all that water down on the tip. There we go. It's very thin raw lumber. I'm just gonna put it on these. I love this here coat. Probably don't use that. I don't even know that that's thick enough to call, or thin enough to call wash, or yeah, it's got a little bit of paint to it. We have all these leather bits, and any of those metal bits that are on the leather. I need to give the coat one a hit too. Creases. One of the things that I never, or very rarely do, these tassels too, is use black for like a shadow. I'm always going to use something else. I like using raw umber on finishers, especially if they're people, because it's got that kind of like that worn, dirty kind of look to it, which is pretty normal. It makes it look not new. It's a great sealer, or concealer, I should say. It can really help any places where maybe you made a mistake. It works good on fleshy bits. Works on spider thing. Especially if you're trying to give it a grimy realism or grimdarky or whatever. Grimdork. Oh, grimdork coloration. Although they really like to use dark washes. What is it? Lawn oil. I think it's what they call it over there on the GW side. They make some good products though, man. If you like GW's paints, totally use those. I'm always just gonna throw a little bit of shade of GW just because they're the top of the game, you know. So you gotta throw a little punch. You gotta punch up, man. Punch up, right? Punch up. What? Yeah, get in here. I'm kind of a scrapper. I always like to challenge the. You know, as a guy that wanted to fight the bully, I was gonna get my ass kicked. I was that kid. Still want to try to fight him. It's like, oh, fun. Still get whooped. But I just keep coming. And then after a while, bullies don't actually want to fuck with that, man. Yeah, it gets old. So they just eventually leave you alone. You're like, I heard no bell. And you're like, Jesus, man, we're going to kill you. Well, I don't know. Nowadays, pulleys are different. Things are so different now. So wild. Alright, there's a little bit of a wash action going on for right there. Just a second to dry out. Guess we can work on some of the other bits. Basket looks rough. God, that thing looks rough. It's totally off. I don't even know how I would fix that. It's so screwed up, I don't even know how I would fix it. So at that point, you just paint it. I mean, there's not much you can do. Okay. So like it's just maybe it's supposed to look like one of these older versions of Cullis. This is the Scottish style basket head. And it just didn't quite. So that's what I was thinking. Okay, so it's not supposed to have all these bobs on it though. It's like they're going for a basket handle, but they put the. I mean, I guess you could take the knobs off there. It might look a little better, but man, not really. Maybe something fantastical will help us. Even these aren't quite right with that. Like, it's just off. It's just off. We're just gonna paint it. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I personally just don't care for it, and so I got some sort of like a bad vibe on it. That happens. Sometimes you'll get a model, and there's nothing really wrong with it. You just like you don't vibe with it. Although this was a pretty, it's a rough cast. I was given this one by somebody. I don't even remember who. A lot of people give me miniatures. Like this one was given to me. We should paint this guy next. He's kind of fun. Not sure I'm gonna stay with that base. Luckily, that's the right size for it. I'm definitely gonna have to add something. That's supposed to be a rock. Thinking about getting into some ghouls and goblins next. Alright, so that's gonna be magenta. So we're actually gonna come in with a bit of a. This is a Windsor purple, and this is the same thing. It's a really thin version of this paint because I want to come back and make them like magenta-like. But I definitely want the darkness to seep in there. It's going to help kind of take care of some of this. Any of the metal that might still be showing out is what we're trying to get rid of. Yeah. If you like what you're seeing, or you just want to help me, grow the channel, give us a like, subscribe. It's super awesome. I really enjoy that stuff. if you're feeling really randy, you drop a comment. I always like chatting. I never know when anybody's watching this or stuff anymore. I turned all that off. I found I was like, I don't know. I was too caught up in like, are people watching? So I started just going. Try and price some of this out. And I've been a lot more productive since I started doing that. I don't have the same problems I used to have with keeping myself motivated. Okay, so what is that? Let me just turn some of that, turn everything else into like bronze and gold, and not worry about it. It's kind of what I'm thinking. I guess we could try doing non-metallic metal on a sword, but golly, I don't know that I really mess with that. Once you start a non-metallic on something, you gotta kind of do it on everything. But we might do. I have this lady up here with a torch, which is really neat. I might do her next. Do some OSL work. Okay, so if we're gonna pretend this is some sort of Scottish basketball sword, I don't think that it is. We're just gonna color this in. We should hit it up with some. Armor wash. Googie grime. The good grime. Anytime you got a little place where you can pop a piece of it, just a different color on it. If you can manage to do that, it'll always look better. And we want this guy to definitely look like a pirate, so we gotta give him all the pirate stuff we can. A little bit. So many little spots. That's weird. It's like they stopped them. It's weird. Oh well. Those tassels need to be something besides that color. Different tassels. Okay. So to make this concoction, which I found my big jar again, I'm so happy. It's just something about shaking the size of this jar. Like it's just got that. It's got that like perfect size for my hands. Like it's perfect sized. So like I can. Oh, it's so nice. It's so ridiculous. That's the most ridiculous thing to be excited about in the world. Why am I excited about that? I don't know. Being an artist is weird, guys. I don't know. I don't even know why I'm the way I am. Really, it's weird. What's so funny about this is that I really only use what's on the lid. Like, it's all about. I have this giant bit of it, and what's on the lid is really all I really need for any project. That might even be too much. Usually it is. Usually it's more money. This stuff is great though. You put this stuff on, and you can let it dry on there if you really want it to look really dirty, because it'll look really pasty, grimy, dirty. And it is made out of mineral spirits and oil paint. And it functions similar to nun oil. I don't know that it's exactly the same, if I'm honest. But it does do similar effects. And way cheaper and easier to find. Sometimes nun oil can get scarce. And right now, if you live in America, a lot of stuff is probably about to start getting a little bit more expensive when it comes down to Warhammer's Citadel stuff. I don't know if they have a plant in the US. I need to look that up. I feel like they don't. I feel like their plant is in England. Which would be very bad. Very bad indeed. Be super careful here. I'm trying to like overplay this. I get some definition on that stuff. We're gonna come back and hit a lot of that up. The finishing layers as well. That's to dry. That'll take a minute. This takes a while. It takes longer to dry than regular paint. So while that's going on, we'll start working on this flesh. Wait, we'll throw them on the mother scratch and the thingy. Is what we're gonna do. But because screw this little guy right in his cornhole. Oh. All right then, Lottie. Oh, 30 minutes in. start making his stuff gray out a little bit here in just a second. Beard going to a little gray. Because you see he's got a receding hairline here, so he's been captaining for a little while. Yeah, he has. He's been out there for a while, so we want to come in with the pale rose blush here. And this may even be too light, but it's going to be a start. We may have to tone that down just a touch. Maybe for just a little bit. This is a little bit of Alzarian Crimson. A little bit of pale rose blush here. This is going to seem strange, but just a tiny bit of burnt sienna. I don't know why I grabbed the giant tube other than it was super available because I have a smaller one I'm trying to run out, but that's okay. I need some more. We'll go through this. We use this on all sorts of stuff. Okay. So I want to kind of have that suntanned look. Right, like he'd been out on this deck of this ship for a while. Like the captain and all. Alright. Brush too big. A little red one. Sail away out there. Chirp, 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 chirp. Like a glorious day. Bring out that ram later. Dang, Mike's gonna end up with paint smeared all over, all over the phone. Bonjour, ego. It's like a weird, I don't know, that looks like a wart. It's such a strange place for like a ring to be sitting. It's like one of those weird bracelet things. I have no idea what that is. No idea. That's the power of imagination. You can choose what it is yourself. Slightly lighter. One thing to always remember too is like God, paints look different when they dry, so it will dry. The pigment will diffuse just slightly, so it will not be quite as bright as it was when it goes on. There's a little bit of knowing how that works that's helpful. And the unfortunate side of it is all plant paints have a different light. A different amount they do that to. Even like same paints in a brand. So you just kind of have to get used to it. It's kind of weird, but you do. Shoot. Dang shaky. All right. Little Naples yellow. Really make sure you're working the places where the light's gonna hit. Places maybe where we have a little bit of an overpaint. Looking to get rid of that. Places where maybe the wash has got a little bit too much here or there. A couple of different things you can be trying to avoid. And the clothing here, closing stages of things. Yep, we'll have this guy done by tomorrow, easily. It was great to be able to do on the next one. Just churning them out now. Scam Likely is calling me. Who's calling? Oh, it's just Scam Likely. Golly, I might have this guy wrapped up here in just a few short strokes. We may not even have to wait till tomorrow. Just a touch of crimson. Way too thin. Ooh, push right off there. Little blood. I'll take care of that. Okay, just a little bit of gray weird here. Tiny bit of white. A tiny bitty bit of black. This is like just barely gray. That's an official color, just barely gray. I'm really just trying to get the areas where maybe some light might hit it. Give it some differentiation, maybe. It's going to come back as pretty black anyway, because of the black underneath it. Just to give it a little bit of tone and color. So just place it in this. We're going to run a little long today. Make up for yesterday. Bowls and trinkets aplenty. Oh, dang, that did not want to open. Oh, old packet of Halo. Alrighty. Easy peasy. Done. Looking good. That was fairly simple, easy. Just kept it simple. Just kept it easy. Really, a lot more focus on the face and stuff like that. Just to make it bam in and out. So, and we weren't even really all that over time to get it done. Probably am gonna add some. We'll paint his base black. And we'll add some sand to it. But like that's literally just gluing something and then putting sand, or just putting sand on it. Black this in, I guess. Right here. Yeah, we'll just glue that guy. Or drop some glue and some basic sand, and that's it. He is done. I guess we can roll that. Let's get this done. We'll find that sandy glue. And we'll just do the whole thing. Alright, we're not that far over. don't ever really know what you want to see. If you do have things you want to see, put that fish in the comments and let me know. Does that would definitely make it a lot easier. Where's my? Now see here comes the problem. I don't know what I did with my little missing it. Oh. That's all regular flock. That's no. That's regular flock. Here we go. Oh. Sand. And this is like mixed sand too, so it's got like got a little bit of other stuff in there, which is good. Sand likes to clump, guys, so make sure you got it good and declumped. You don't want clumps on your miniature. And you can get it, if you ever get stuff in it and want to get it out of it, you can always like run it through a screen, and if it's fine, fine screens, and it'll pull stuff out of it. Not that everybody has a bunch of screens just sitting around. Maybe you do. I don't know. I don't know you. Or like not really well. Some of y'all actually I know a little bit, but maybe you do. Maybe you do have a bunch of screens laying around. Alright, you got plenty of room. Ooh, that shot out there real nice, didn't it? Like something else. Alright, so I did not want it to get on that boot, but probably should have just put it on this skewer and then put it on the model, but yeah, no, whatever. Flying by seat of our pants right here. I'm used to a much bigger surface to put it on. It's a tiny little stand he's sitting on. Really makes me feel like it's an older piece. It's definitely Reaper. It says on the bottom. Fortunately, that would be the only real information I have on it. Hopefully somebody will fall in love with him and take him home. That could be you. Come see us at the show. I'm not a big fan of like advertising at all, so it's hard for me to even advertise for myself. It's like I have to make a joke about it to do it. It's really weird. Psychoses are strange. The way we do, the reasons we do things and the ways we do things are very odd. I don't need to rinse that because it's not a paintbrush. I'll just leave him in there for a second. Pull him out. Dust off the excess. some sand off. I have to put another layer of black on it too. Pretty simple. Pretty happy with that guy. Done. I like that. I like that. That was fast. That guy went nothing. Okay, so let's see. We're gonna turn off that. I'm gonna pull me down. Ooh, for that. Turn off that. Anyway, there we go. Thanks for coming by. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Give us a like, subscribe if you did. If you did like what you saw, and you kind of dig my funky shui or whatever. Give us a like, give us a subscribe. It helps the little algorithm, helps push us around, gives us more likes and more subscribes and more views. More views is always good. Views and likes and subscribes are a huge dopamine hit for me. So okay, I honestly appreciate it. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel good. And we should try to do that for everybody. Try to make everybody kind of feel good. So you try to make someone feel good this week, and be good to each other. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye.